Taking your emails and taking your calls. Ignorant and uninformed.
Sweet.
Is it like The Witcher?
I don't know.
Is the Wheel of Time?
I haven't watched
How many episodes have happened in the Wheel of Times?
6. The 7th one will come out this week.
What is it on?
Amazon.
HBO's?
Prime.
Amazon Prime.
Bezos.
Prime, yes.
Jeff Bezos.
Yes.
How many episodes is the season,
I
do you
want
know?
to say 8.
He's made of
Wow.
bees.
Yeah.
It's almost done already,
I
huh?
think, although it could be 10. I have no idea. Fairly sure they got picked up for season 2 or they started production. I don't really know.
I don't know if I've heard that.
Yes.
So I will back to Spider-Man real quick. Some of the
Spider-Man.
reviews say it's better than Endgame and Infinity War. People are like, it's that good. It's like, holy shit. And these are people that tell it like it is. It's not fucking fanboys.
No, it makes sense to me though. Like if you look at like the way they've been telling stories and like the practice that they've had and like having their clear sense of direction, it doesn't surprise me that what is this phase 17 now? I don't know what the fuck we're on.
Yes.
Is going to be better.
Yeah.
Like it's just going to get better.
Maybe.
Not always. I mean,
Because like Black Widow, meh. Shang-Chi, meh.
okay.
At least they're sticking with the overarching story.
Yeah, I don't. But those strike me as one-offs.
Well, they definitely... Well, Shang-Chi maybe not. Black Widow definitely was because of the fucking prequel.
I didn't see the Eternals either. That was the
Oh,
other
I forgot
one.
about.
Oh,
that
the
one.
reviews on that were shit.
It wasn't good, but I really wanted it to be.
That's good. To me, it didn't even look good. And I didn't know... I tried to read the Eternals comic, and I'm like, God, this isn't even fucking good.
Well,
I totally forgot that existed. I knew there was a third one that I didn't see.
Actually,
Okay.
that's... Is that on HBO
that one
right
should have
now?
been a series, I feel like, because it would have been a better series. I
Mm.
think. There's a lot of the series I haven't seen so much of. But I don't know. Hey, everybody, welcome back to Ignorant Uninformed, America's favorite podcast. We're coming to you live from beautiful Keystone, Colorado, here in Consensual Studios at 545 Productions. I am joined, as always, by our congealed hosts, Mr. Jeff Watson,
Yeah.
Mr. Max Sarakistan Sarak,
It's true. I never leave your side.
and I am Ben Hollywood Whitmore. I am a solid, and this
I'm
a
plasma.
solid holding liquid and various other states of
Solids.
matter. And gas. Let's be honest. There's gas. Everyone
There
poops. And this is Ignorant Uninformed, where we
And
take your
breathes.
topics and turn them into our show for 30 minutes of uninterrupted podcasting gold. That's right. You send us your topics. We send you something, our gratitude at least. And Max is going to tell you how you can reach out and touch someone.
Well, in addition to our gratitude, which is ethereal, we send you a tangible physical thing too, and that is a T-shirt. So if you would like an Ignorant and Uninformed T-shirt, or if you just want to be nice and help us keep this going because we enjoy talking to one another about random stuff, Lord knows it has made me a much better conversationalist just in general in life. Like
Sure.
if somebody just like hits me with a weird if a conversation takes a left turn in some direction, like I am pretty much able to just roll with it and go.
Valuable life skills I didn't think I would develop with podcasting.
Not being completely genuine, man.
Yeah, no, you're right.
But yeah, you can get in on the fun. Twank us on the Twitters at Iganon. That also works for the Instagrams. You can click the submit a topic button that's on the top of our website. You can email us topics at ignorantanduninformed.com, or you can hit us up on Facebook if that's something that you use and message the show. Yeah, and that's how you get your topics in our sacred salad spinner, and that's how you get your T-shirt, and one day could be sainted if you give us enough topics, and that's what we does here. But in the meantime, you will certainly get this next half hour-ish of hopefully entertaining conversation.
Don't look at me.
Faster.
I can't help it.
I'm almost faster.
I know. You're the one that was making the eye contact.
To assert dominance.
Yes.
Now we need to draw a topic. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
All right. I've never been happy.
That wasn't the question.
There. Are you happy? Mike Hammerling.
Oh, word.
Did the apocalypse start in 2020?
I mean, you were just talking about the Hadron Collider and the
Yes.
rift in dimensions.
Yes, I think it started when we powered that up in 2014, 2015. I forget when it was.
And that's when we broke probability.
Yes, and we got on the darkest timeline.
Or we at least
It was right before
David
David Bowie died,
opened the darkest timeline.
which, of course, set us down this dark, dark path.
Okay.
So funny story. I've been watching Community again.
Oh, nice.
The next episode is the Darkest Timeline episode, and I'm
Oh, it's a
super
good one.
excited.
It's so fucking good.
I'm super
dude.
excited.
I actually, Community is one of those shows that I think I started rewatching the first season again, and then actually found a different comedy. But I'll probably go back to it.
Oh, dude.
It's a good one.
God, I
It's
love
good. The D&D episode is my favorite. I'm sad they took it down.
So you can still watch it on Amazon Prime.
Oh,
Because I started searching, I was like, "Fuck it, I'm going to buy that episode. Fuck them." And then I was like, "Oh, you can still watch it on Amazon." So I watched it.
that's
Nice.
great. I'm
Chang
glad.
Dark Elf. Is so
I don't
good.
think that was offensive. I don't.
It's
feel
not.
Like that was
It is so. That's so.
It wasn't-
dumb.
really Black's face.
Not at all.
He's wearing. It's like blue face, if anything.
He is.
Are we
navy-faced.
canceling the Blue Man Group?
No,
next?
I'd argue it's black, and who gives a fuck? He's a dark elf.
Yeah.
He's not being a person of this planet.
I did read a rather scathing indictment article of Gary Gygax and sort of like the origins of D&D and sort of
Is he actually a huge racist?
Probably,
well,
or at least a
most
misogynist.
definitely. I mean,
Mm.
certainly a misogynist, definitely a racist,
Mm.
anti-Semitic, apparently.
Interesting.
Newsflash: white man born in the 30s was racist and misogynist. What?
And a homophobe.
No, I know. It's just
Stop.
it's just I think it was more of a call to be like, let's acknowledge let's not deify this man who
Well-
arguably marketed it well and didn't really contribute an exceptional amount to the game itself.
Yeah.
That was basically just an elaboration of other games that existed as well. But and as far as Dungeons and Dragons in particular is concerned, most of the mechanics, things we're used to, were all Dave Arneson's contributions, but he
Yeah.
sort of gets shoved to the curb.
Gygax, that's a
Way
fucking
fucking
last
cooler.
Name.
Right. But I mean, Ernie Gygax, or the that's more like, rather than like Luke Gygax, who's a little more. with it.
You have gone
You're just-
way
you could just
deep
be
Oh,
into
these
naming-
are
my
his,
head.
like ones. They're like half brothers.
What about
Oh,
Steve
okay.
Gygax?
Yeah. What about
Steve?
Joe?
Yeah.
Well, there's Ernie, and then there's Gary Jr., and then there's Luke,
Johnny Gygax.
Sure.
Yeah.
and then there's Gary Con, which is there's a whole convention dedicated
Look,
to Gary Gygax.
And no one cares
course-
about Karen Gygax.
No, of
It's
course
bullshit.
not. Who was the one who raised them all? I'm sure.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, man. We don't belong on pedestals, right? Like
No.
no matter who we are, or like we ended last week, man. We are all flawed. We all have our problems. As far as like cancel culture, a good buddy of the show, Outdoor Dave, actually sent me a link to something that Will Wheaton said about separating the art from the artists. And his kind of point, paraphrased obviously, was that once something is produced and once it is out in the culture, like it no longer belongs to that person. It belongs to everybody. And so like if you want to cancel anything, like it takes more than one person to make anything. Right. So like you cancel all of the Cosby Show because you don't like Bill Cosby and his reprehensible behavior. Fine. But there are hundreds of people that helped to make that. And you just have to like, they don't get their credit now. They don't get to like,
Sure.
you just shit on them too because one dude's reprehensible choices.
It's a Cosby sweater.
Right. Or like, I think he was specifically talking about Joss Whedon and like Buffy and all of that stuff. And like,
yeah, I would agree.
So like, but just like, where's the fairness in that? Like, where's the fairness to that person who poured their heart and soul into this project every bit as much as the person
I
whose
agree.
name is on it?
I agree.
That's interesting.
I think so too. Like,
I had a very similar conversation yesterday with some of the actors because they saw the West Side Story movie,
Okay.
Steven Spielberg, that just came out, and there's an actor in that movie who has gotten in trouble for like, I don't know exactly what this backstory, some kind of sexual assault allegations.
On a horse? Was he the guy that bangs horses?
I don't know. I don't think so.
No.
I'm going to table that for a second, but I would like to circle back
He
around
got
that.
in trouble at a
Circle
petting
back.
zoo, I
But
heard.
we were talking about
Oh.
it, and it was like, yeah, there's a lot of work concern, certainly from like, Disney and all the people that produce this movie, that like the bad press from this individual would reflect poorly on the premiere of the film and the opening weekend and the bottom line and all this stuff. And it was like, what if, and I think what I was like, and what came up was what you just mentioned, was all the people that were involved in that film, not just the cast, but the crew and the fucking caterers and all the people that, from the bottom up that made that possible, that is now out there in the zeitgeist of pop culture and like is now a part of the dialogue when you're talking about music theater and film adaptations, and like in my industry in particular, like is very relevant right now. Anyway, but just that it sort of was like, is there any way, like, what's fair in that situation? Like, how does one reconcile the, coming out against that kind of behavior and obviously not condoning that kind of, behavior from people, but without enabling them to just, without damaging the project that so many other people are dependent on, for their livelihoods, but also for other relevant conversations that could come about from it.
I have no idea what's fair.
There is no fair. It's all
one of the
gray.
things I was
you
like,
just don't
what
hire
if-
him in the future. That's, to
if
me,
you could,
the only
like,
answer.
Somehow what if you find that guy, basically that person, their salary or whatever, like just take that out of the equation. Like they're still in the movie, but somehow
I mean,
the
I
compensation
I
that they
don't even-
received was
don't think.
What's done is done, and going forward,
Yeah.
you don't deal with them.
sure. Yeah.
Because, I mean,
But I mean, like, will I not see West Side Story
No,
because
what-
of that?
I don't. I mean,
Those
if you want to be
allegations?
that
I don't think so.
vindictive, sure.
Yeah, if you want to. I mean, I wasn't
Like,
going to
would
see it
I
'cause
go
it's-
by?
I don't want to see it.
Yeah, I don't think it needs to be made. But go on.
Right. Well,
Well, it's
But-
funny. Yesterday, I watched L.A. Confidential,
Oh.
and I'd forgotten Kevin Spacey was in it.
That role did not age well.
Huh?
Because
No.
isn't he like, doesn't he get in trouble for like soliciting sex from young boys in the movie, in the story?
No.
in L.A. Confidential?
Oh, does he? I don't know if
His
he
character.
does. Oh, does he?
I thought so.
I
thought that-
only saw the
It's
second
been
half
a long
of
time
it.
since I've seen it. Wasn't Kim Basinger in that movie?
Oh yeah.
Mhm,
No, the
totally.
cast was
Oh,
excellent.
Guy
in it.
Pearce. Oh, dude, Russell
Yeah,
Crowe. It's
yeah.
a fantastic.
So watching
film.
it, so I was like,
I don't
oh
remember.
yeah, he's in this. That guy's a douchebag. But god damn it, he's really good in that movie.
Oh, he's so fucking.
and it's a
good.
great movie. So it's
And that's the thing. Like, would I go, like, okay, would I go see Louis C.K. in like, would I pay money to go see him perform? No. But
Okay.
would I watch an old stand-up special?
Dude,
Sure.
Before I flew back here, I listened. Like, I was with friends who hadn't heard his bit on flying and
Oh,
airport.
yeah.
Dude, and I listened to it, and like, it is so goddamn funny.
yeah, it's okay. We can enjoy shit from shit bags. It's okay. That's I separate the art from the artist.
Yeah.
I have no problem with that.
No, it's good, man.
Because I enjoy lots of sci-fi from the 50s, 60s, and 70s, and those guys were all douchebags.
Yeah.
Racists.
Because it was from the old school, and that's just, I mean, you could just say that's how it was, because that's how it was. And they
Yeah.
were douches, but goddamn it, they wrote good stories.
Sure.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the stories didn't include that bullshit, so I'm
Yeah.
okay with it.
No.
Yeah. No, I fucking feel you, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't think like West Side Story. Like, I mean, I've seen Like, why are we remaking stuff? It just goes back to that with me. Like, show me something.
Berries.
Yeah, show me something new, man.
Dude,
That's
all we can do. New
Yeah.
Ghostbusters, fuck off.
You want to talk about the mark of a failed society? Like I've read articles about that, like talking about civilizations and cultures in decline is the member berries and repeating themselves, and
Just like
not-
rehashing the good times.
well, and even just like with innovation in all industries, not even cinema and film, but just like hanging on your laurels, essentially, not pushing those boundaries.
Well, I mean, think about people holding on to old politics. It's the same fucking thing.
Yeah,
They look fondly back at the 50s, and it's like, Jesus Christ, can we
They're
evolve?
like, make America great
yeah.
again. Like when the
No.
white people were in charge.
Yeah. Let's move on, please.
Yeah.
And be better.
well, that's just it. There isn't any There's never going back. You can never go back.
No.
All you can do is go forward.
No. And it probably wasn't that great back then anyway.
Certainly not for everybody.
Fuck.
It might have been good for you,
Yeah.
but it wasn't good for everybody.
No.
I don't know. I mean, like 2020. I mean, do you
The slow roll apocalypse.
slow
We're moving into year 3 of
Of the-
Rona.
of the apocalypse?
Why not? It moves so slow that we can't even see it happening.
It's like
well,
the
that's
frogs
definitely
in the
gonna be
water.
case. Yeah,
I
mean, that'll only
slowly turning
ever-
up the temperature.
be like in hindsight, right?
That's what
Will
we're
you
doing
be
at
able
the
Oh,
to
of
moment.
learn
course.
this?
Well, there's actually, have you guys heard of the movie Don't Look Up? It just came out on Netflix. It's Leonardo DiCaprio. And it's about, like, I don't know, I'm going to fuck up the plot.
Climate change.
No, it's about a comet is spotted and it's going to hit the Earth
Mm.
and kill the civilization, basically. And he's tasked with someone else to go around and talk about this, and people open eyes to it. People don't want to hear it. And that's
No.
the point, that we don't want to hear that shit as a society, and we ignore it.
Interesting.
Well, even as an individual, there's an Upton Sinclair line I want to say that talks about getting a man to see the truth when his livelihood depends on him not seeing it
Yeah.
is impossible.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, yeah.
It's like if you were given the choice to let people know that the world was going to end
They don't want to hear it.
or not, they wouldn't want to hear it either way. So why tell them?
Hmm.
Right? Is
Yeah.
that maybe the question that's posed?
Maybe. But I mean, like,
What would you do
if
if you knew the daytime, the
I'd tell everybody.
cold death of the universe, and you were in charge of letting people know?
I
or
would tell
not?
everybody.
And
I
if
mean-
they didn't listen,
I can't force people to listen. Like, you can't force people to listen to anything. Like, you can put information out there. I'm sure it would get discredited. I'm
Heat
sure it
death.
would.
That's what the word
fake
is.
news.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you think about like medical profession, right? So is it like you have cancer and it's a terminal diagnosis? Better to not know? Like, should the doctor not tell you?
You'll enjoy your life more.
Maybe, maybe not, man. Like, we while away our time doing some pretty meaningless fucking shit at the end of the day.
Not
Yeah.
this. Not
This
this.
is the most meaningful thing I've done all day. I mean, I took a pretty good shit earlier, but
Don't discount that, man.
that's one of the greatest accomplishments of my day for sure. I'm not going to lie.
Well, I mean, like but I mean, when it comes to
It's a good productive time.
meaningful time spent, right?
It is.
Like, I mean, I appreciate being able to do this with you. Like, Lord knows if anyone else gets other value from it.
Hmm.
We appreciate you, listener.
But like, would
You two people.
we?
Both of you.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. Would you guys access podcast if you were terminally diagnosed and still in town?
No.
We'd double down. We'd make 100 more.
We'd meet
I
every day.
Don't know about that.
But guys, I don't have a lot of time. We got to get to episode 1000.
Oh Jesus! I mean, we passed 500.
We're halfway there.
God damn.
We just cut them into 1-minute episodes and just go to town.
this show we would run through the salad spinner in about 15 minutes.
That's okay.
Let's do a 24-hour podcast.
My God.
Fuck that.
Just sit here for 24 hours talking about topics.
I can't even imagine where that conversation would go after 24 hours.
We'd
It
lock
went
ourselves
nowhere. Dude, how long would it take before it was just silence?
That'd be
do
the
you
biggest
I don't know.
publicity
think?
stunt.
You're talented, and you can shoulder the weight of silence very, very well, my friend.
No, every 30 minutes you'd pull a topic.
Oh, okay.
We'd have to keep it rolling like that.
Okay, that makes sense. I mean, we would need
Just to keep it going.
We'd need more topics.
we would need more topics.
We
We're going to need at
kickstart
least
that shit.
24 topics.
48.
48 topics.
Kickstart our 24-hour show.
Oh God.
Live stream. Well, live stream.
Oh, well, on Twitch
Fuck yeah.
and TikTok. Can you live stream TikTok?
I don't know what
I don't
TikTok
think so.
is.
Fair.
One day we might be able to live stream YouTube. This special peak D&D performance.
Oh.
The
Boosh.
what was I going to say? Oh, so to like Mike's point, I mean, certainly 2020 has been the hardest year that I assume that we have seen,
No.
at least societally.
Oh, society, sure.
Yeah, but not you personally.
No.
What do you think?
2020 was easy compared to the 2 prior years.
Fair. Fair.
So
No, I was in a far darker place personally at the end of 19. Yeah, no, actually, like personally going through, like I had just kind of come out of some shit as the pandemic really started in earnest at the mid-March. Like it wasn't until possibly like mid-February, beginning of March that I started feeling better. Because 19 was brutal, the end of it on me personally. And so
20 was piece of cake.
I've
Personally.
never played more Dungeons and Dragons. I've never
not wrong.
watched more movies.
I wrote a best-selling book. God damn it!
You're goddamn right.
Or at least part of
fucking
it.
awesome.
Yeah, dude, the plaque is actually like hanging up right up there. I hung it right so I could see it from my seat here where I record. I totally forgot about it because I don't think we had been in the studio since I did that.
You're right. You have a plaque?
Yeah, it's out there. You can see, man. It's just yeah. It's just a cover with a little like the ISBN number and all that stuff. No, and like we figured out how to thrive in a good way. Like again, like I've never felt better physically, like because I was making my own food.
Yeah, exactly. Ate at home all the time. Spent 24 hours a day with my dog.
Yeah.
Life was good. And I
Dogs
understand
were happy.
for a lot of
Dogs
people
were
it
the
sucks,
happiest.
but for me personally, it was pretty
Yeah.
good. I
The beginning
snowboarded
of
a
it,
lot.
I went on a walk like every day until it was just too fucking cold.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
And then it got to be summer, and I was like, oh shit.
And I mean, like shit shutting down, like.
It was weird.
Well, dude, I have told so many people in probably the last 3 months. I was like, dude, I have a buddy who can't wait to go back to lockdown. Like,
It's like a hard reboot on life. It's
It
sort of
was.
crazy.
What is really important? Figure that out. You have to. You
Yeah.
are forced to.
or because that's just it, man. Like, we all have terminal
So
diagnoses.
I decided to have a baby.
Perfect.
There you go.
That's what we
So
did.
we bang.
What was important? We
And
banged. I have a baby now.
there you go.
Talk about reaching those
There
goals.
you go. Congrats, man. I'd give you a pat on the shoulder if there weren't
It
mics
is,
and
yeah,
stuff
it's pretty good.
to get around. But
I like being a dad. It's
well,
great.
good, man.
Well, that's good.
'cause- Yeah, true story.
No way to go back.
Because you done signed up, well, not legally.
I mean, you can always just go out, get some milk, never come back.
Never come
There
back.
you
But I
Just go live at
couldn't really leave.
Max's.
I got too many. I got too many irons in this fire in Summit County. I can't just take off. Man.
Recently, I saw it was like I forget. It must have been like
I'd be like, I left my house, but I'm still going to work and hanging out with my friends.
It was like a toy box. It was an empty toy box, and it was like deadbeat dad, and it was empty, and it was like he just went out for cigarettes. He'll be back in a second. And like there's a couple other lines in there. Just like, ooh, damn, deadbeat dad action figure.
I'm just going to go get some paint from my minis.
Gone. We never saw Ben again.
no.
Just start over.
It's coming to you from an undisclosed location on YouTube.
Probably not the safest if you're trying to disappear. Yeah, I don't know. And at the start of the apocalypse, I feel like
I mean, you could. I mean,
unlike the Cannonballs and Patriot, I feel like it is a slow roll.
yeah,
Like, yeah.
yeah. No, it's the old analogy that a frog will sit in boiling water.
Yeah, I mean, Ben brought that up, yeah.
Oh, did you?
I did mention it, like the frogs in the water.
Sorry,
Oh, no, dude.
I was
But no,
zoning
you're
out
right.
thinking about the apocalypse.
Cool. He was. I wonder if that'll be a better storyline that we get. X-Men animated series is coming back, picking up like right where it left off. I was told.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Okay, Fair. That is a
Is it
that
the
is
Disney
a
Plus?
hefty dose of skepticism. Right
Yeah,
It'll be the
I think
Disneys?
it's got to be right.
Well,
They
yeah.
own it all.
there. Yeah, I would assume.
They own it.
I mean, I'll
all.
watch it,
I
but
want it now.
Because
expectations are so high for that. I just,
no, see that's bad, man. You gotta.
I know, got to temper that shit.
Because that apocalypse storyline was
That was
like, my
badass.
favorite.
Badass.
Uh,
Doctor Strange.
I thought
No,
was-
not Doctor Strange. What was his name? Shit.
Mr. Sinister
Mr. Shin, that's what
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
Yeah.
He's badass.
and the what were the dinosaur lands, like the Prime
Yeah.
land, the
yeah,
Prime
with Sauron and stuff,
Yeah.
and Angel and Archangel.
Savage lands. That's what
Yeah.
it's called.
Geonosis.
Bug people.
Maybe they can do the Dark Phoenix right again.
Dude,
No one can ever do it the
Just
way
stop trying.
Fuck.
the animated series got the closest.
It did.
Yeah,
That
It
was
did.
the
Yeah.
closest.
and leave it
did.
alone, man. Just let it go.
Let it go.
Just let it be. What was the Mephisto movie? That looks yeah, not a fan.
I've always thought that character was dumb, but
Okay.
whatever.
Well, they've been hinting about it. I mean, with the Scarlet Witch and in WandaVision, they were hinting that it was Mephisto behind the whole thing.
Really?
Possibly. Yeah. There have been a couple of hints that Mephisto is lurking in the background.
Interesting.
And Loki had some references to Mephisto.
Oh, okay. I mean, it makes sense if that.
Well, I mean, I keep hearing that Mephisto's going to be in the new Spider-Man. It's like, God damn it, just let that shit stop. Stop,
Yeah.
please.
What?
That Mephisto's behind.
Oh, all of this.
The Sinister Six
Yeah.
and the dimensional
It's like,
rifts
goddamn.
and shit.
So it's like a meme at this point. Every fucking new MCU.
It
It's-
was Mephisto.
Oh, got you. Okay.
Shang-Chi. Mephisto.
Well, the fact,
Doctor
like,
Strange 2. Mephisto.
well, I'm intrigued to see evil Matt Smith. Like, I've never seen him play anything but the Doctor that I know of, and so I'm intrigued to watch it. Because I mean, David Tennant villain was fucking chilling, and so I'm intrigued.
In the Harry
Wasn't
Potter
Matt Smith in
No.
Terminator? One of the Terminator
I mean,
movies? I think he was.
It's entirely possible. I didn't see it.
Fair.
No,
didn't
I was
see
thinking more of Kilgrave in Jessica Jones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but he was Barty Crouch was creepy too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very small role, actually, because it was it was played by
The weird like tongue fucking
Mad Eye Moody. Yeah, that
tick. Yeah,
was a good
weird.
little tick.
But yeah, I didn't realize. Well, maybe Mephisto did the apocalypse, right? In 2020, maybe it started.
I probably.
Yeah. Okay.
Or I mean, why 2020? It could have started earlier.
Y2K.
It might have started in '76. We don't know.
Well, that's what I mean. I think because of the pandemic, because.
Well,
of-
I know.
Sure. But I'm with you.
I mean, I would argue, I'd say 2016 when
Y2K
we voted Trump in. It's
2D.
just
Yeah.
like, yeah, we suck.
Yeah, but the apocalypse is also a global event, right? Like it's not just isolated to our country.
I mean, maybe it fits it well too, 2020, because so many people are still denying that it's actually happening.
The apocalypse, or
That, yeah, Corona, it's all fake.
oh, right.
It's planned.
Well,
The plandemic.
at least plan.
Wake up, sheeple.
being fake are different. Yeah, I don't know.
Donald Trump, this time, for sure, this April, it's happening. He's going to be reinstated.
I heard on Christmas he's going to take over the White House.
Oh
So,
yeah,
Yes.
There'll be-
As Santa Claus.
there'll be 3 stars in the horizon.
It's a little known loophole in the Constitution. If you come down the chimney of the White House,
Sure.
then you are automatically president because they've always wanted Santa Claus to be president. So they said, all you got to do. And then
What?
Donald Trump found out about that. So
What is-
he's been training.
Well, falling down the chimney of the White House would probably kill that man. But what has Mike Pence been doing these last? Like, I have not heard a fucking thing.
Fucking
about
hiding.
that dude.
He's what did the latest was that Trump came out and said Mike Pence is mortally wounded within the GOP. Like that he's basically committed political suicide
Well,
by
yeah.
going against Donald Trump. But
Oh,
Well, I think being
I'm
his
with-
vice president did that.
no
but
doubt,
yeah, no, I think he's done.
no doubt.
I don't know.
I'm
man.
sure he's just hanging out with Mother. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Hey, man, cool. Yeah, it's
And Marlon Bundo.
Yes.
not a name.
They're just writing books, man. They're on like
Yeah.
volume 20
Right.
now.
kids' books.
The
Yeah.
Adventures of Marlon Bundo.
Took a dark turn into erotica, but whatever.
No, that's his real bunny's name. His kid's rabbit is named Marlon Bundo.
Oh, I thought that was the John Oliver
Yeah, well then he published a book that was sort of like
making fun of it.
Yeah.
right, but he
And his
actually
was-
published. Mike Pence published a real book about
His wife
Marlon
did.
Bundo.
His wife
did.
Oh, and that's what started it.
Yeah,
but
and then
because it
he
was sorta
wrote a book in
homophobic.
response that he was like,
I gotcha.
yeah, a gay rabbit,
Gotcha.
I think.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
The whole plot is we have a copy of it, and
Do you read it to Ryan?
I've read it to Ryan.
Dude,
nice.
it's so good. It's so
It's
good.
pretty good.
Nice.
He meets another
He
bunny.
gets married, right?
He gets married to
That's
the
awesome.
bunny,
Awesome.
and then like they go into the White House at some point, and he's like, "There's a bunch of weird guys just yelling. They're just very mad about something."
Shit.
So I went out to the garden. And blah, blah.
Awesome.
It's funny. I actually read the ABCs of D&D pretty much every day to my son,
okay.
which is great.
What's A?
What? Pretty much every day.
What is A of the
Oh,
ABC?
A is for adventure. The journey has begun.
Okay.
B is for book, the source of all our fun.
Oh.
C is for creatures of every shape and size. D is for dungeon master, who helps our imaginations rise. E is for enchantment, magic that helps us do our best. F is for friendship, the best reward for quests. G is for goblins, a noisy, mischievous crew. H is for heroes, especially ones like you.
Ooh.
And that's where we're going to stop it because we're at time. Hey, thanks so much for listening to D&D, whatever we do. What is this? What the piqued interests? Nope. Ignorant and uninformed.
Wow.
Listen, you got me rolling on D&D, so I had to come back.
My God.
Thanks for downloading and listening to Ignorant and Uninformed. We've been your hosts,
What is
Mr.
I?
Jeff Watson.
Where are
I
we?
is for imagination.
Okay.
Mr. Max Sarakistan Sarak.
And what about P?
P is for... I'd have to go through the whole
Palor.
thing.
Palor.
P is for Paylor.
P is for Palor, the
Good
god
enough.
of the sun. No, it's not.
It's fine. You're good.
L-M-N-O-P.
Polmark.
M is for mystery, which can give us a stone. N is for nature and its wonders still unknown. O is for owlbear, which you won't find in a zoo. P is for planning. So what do you want to do? Yeah. Sorry, I had to back up a few.
No, dude, it brought me back to Borders days and like shelving books and having to sing the alphabet song
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah, every fucking
No, I
time.
get you.
Hey, make sure you check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/ignorantuninformed. Subscribe on whatever podcaster you listen to us on. Check us out at ignorantuninformed.com, where you can send us a topic. Hit that submit a topic button. And questions make the best topics. Topics at ignorantuninformed.com. You can also check us out there. Twank us on the Twitter at iganun. We're going to be back next week with a brand new epidose of hot ash freshness. Z is for zeal, the courage to save the day. And that we'll be back next week. Peace out.